All right, here we go. Biggs, welcome back.
What's up, fam? Good to be back.
Yeah, everything good, man. It's good running into you at Complex Con.
Yeah.
Yep, and you're reintroducing the Rocafella Air Force 1.
Yeah, man. It was good to bring that back out, man. It's something that the people wanted. So it was a sneaker that was highly coveted and one of the highest selling on the resale market. So, got the call, and then it made sense to put it together.
Well, how did the original Rocafella Air Force 1 come together?
They reached out to us to do a friends and family. So it was I can't even remember how many pairs. I think it was only maybe 150 or less. And obviously the bulk of that going to Jay, Dame, and myself. And the sneakers somehow got out there. And, once Nike reached out to me to do this re-release, I didn't even know that it was going on a resale market for the price that it did. So, back then it was just something that Nike wanted to show an allegiance with Roc-A-Fella and recognizing what we did for the Air Force One and being a sneaker that we wore almost every day for 5 or 6 years.
Right, yeah, because I remember at one point the Air Force One was just ubiquitous. It's like everybody had to have one.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to call it the Air Force Once because you'd wear them once and then.
Yeah, that's why they call them ones. Yeah, one and done.
One and done. So you guys would do that. You guys would wear them once and then just toss them.
Yeah, one time and done. We was buying 100 at a time, man.
Okay, yeah, this is some Clark Kent shit. I guess that he rubbed off on y'all with that.
Yeah. He was definitely
Okay.
he was definitely one of the first sneaker collectors I knew. Early on. We bought sneakers. I wouldn't say collector because Clark buys and wears his sneakers. The same thing we did, but I mean, up until knowing him, I didn't know anybody else with that amount of sneakers that owned that many. Like he had rooms that weren't bedrooms; they were just housing sneakers.
Right, but when you say he wears his sneakers, he doesn't wear them like normal human beings wears sneakers. He wears them one time and then gets rid of them forever.
Yeah.
And he would buy multiple pairs of the same shoe so he could wear it on multiple days.
Yeah. I mean,
Like it's really like
he's fresh.
I don't get it, man.
Clark is fresh. I mean, what can you say? He's a dude that like to stay. You know what I mean? He stays
Yeah,
sauced
I mean
up.
that's a new type of fresh. But hey, I mean, is this a New York thing? Like, where did this even come from?
Well, I'm not sure. Well, he's from Brooklyn. He's been doing it, right? This is something that happened in Harlem when somebody called me out. God bless my friend Ali Mo. He had noticed a scratch on my sneakers and was making fun of me. So I told him, I was like, okay, catch me tomorrow. And that tomorrow turned into about 6 or 7 years where I never wore the same pair of sneakers again.
Right, because I remember, I think me and Bleak talked about this when we interviewed, but he used to say like when he was broke in the projects, he used to have to scrub his sneakers, with a toothbrush, and this was like a fate worse than death, to him. And to me, I'd been doing that shit my whole life, so I was like, I don't get what he's even talking about right now. Like, how is this even all that bad? But I guess for people in your crew, this is like a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, it just caught on fire, and like I said, guys stayed fresh. Jay, Dame, and myself, we were real competitive on how we looked, what we did, how we dressed. So, all of it, it all rubbed off. So, we were guys that we wanted to come out and be fly than each other every day.
Okay, like who usually won?
Me. Everybody did their thing. Everybody did their thing.
Okay, so you guys re-released the Rocafella Air Force One, and how much was the original 100 or so pairs selling for, if you can get a pair?
I think it reached a high over $20,000.
$20,000.
Yeah.
Did you have any of the original pairs yourself?
Yeah, of course. I had the original pair. That's why I was saying earlier that me, Jay, and Dame had the bulk of, the Air Force Ones from the friends and family.
Okay, no, I'm saying, but you still kept them. Like to this day, you still have the original, some of the original batches. Okay. Okay, so they go and re-release them. And do you know how many pairs they actually re-released?
No, we don't release like numbers or anything like that, but it was a worldwide release. It was one of the biggest release for this pack that just came out.
Right, because it crashed the Nike app.
Twice.
Right, because besides you guys, the only ones that crashed the Nike app were the Virgils.
Yeah, exactly.
The Off-Whites.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty high bar to be right along with.
I mean, it's a blessing. Truthfully, I didn't know, I knew that we would do well. I didn't know it would just be devoured in one day worldwide. So whatever sneaker stores have them now, they probably just held some back. I'm hearing that a few people did, and they're releasing, like pairs. They released a few a week later or 2 weeks later, but I didn't know it was going to have, worldwide, like people, Europe, Japan, Singapore, all over Asia, UK, clamoring for the sneaker. It's a huge blessing, man, that people really still hold the Roc at high esteem like that.
Yeah, I mean the name is carrying on. I mean, between Roc Nation and, like, it's interesting when you see like a Yo Gotti wear a Rocafella chain.
Yeah.
Where it's like he has nothing to do with, what originally it was part of, but yet it's seen as a sign of prestige to this day.
Yeah, 100%. So that Rocafella chain isn't, it's the logo, right? But that logo is more, that's, besides Jay Damon, myself, is all the people that helped build that. So it's not the name anymore. That logo, I talk about a lot. That's etched on our hearts. That's the honor, the loyalty, the brotherhood, the camaraderie that we built. So people want to buy into that, whether it's having that logo on, but it might be something that represents what they do with their crew as well. So even Fabulous just got one for his birthday too. So I'm saying I love it. You see Khaled with it, Yo Gotti, right? Fabulous. So to see the next generation still carrying on that flame, for what Rocafella meant, that's a great blessing to all of us.
No, absolutely. Now, you had your own Air Jordan 4 as well?
Yeah.
Now, was that an actual Air Jordan or was it a custom?
No, that's an Air Jordan. That's mine though. So those aren't out yet. They're no one can get those. So, I'm lucky to have those by myself.
Right. So it's like black and white, right?
Yeah. There's a 1, a 4, and an Air Force 1, all Reasonable Doubt themed.
Aha. But you're the only one that has them.
Yeah, I'm the lucky one.
Okay. Are they planning on actually releasing those the same way as the Air Force 1s?
I can't talk about that yet. There's other things that's being discussed, but the people want it, so we can see what happens.